important that we begin to change the mindset of young people to know that your vote counts.
They don't understand that the legislative arm of government is actually a co-equal arm of government.
We have an incredible amount of potential.
Whatever it is I was doing, because of my personal DNA, it had to be of an international standard. Which is what, seriously speaking, is all about.
Hi there. This is Seriously Speaking, and my name remains Adesuwa Onyinokwe. My producer says, stop introducing yourself. Everybody knows. But you know, it's just what's in me, Adesuwa Onyinokwe, reporting on Seriously Speaking today. Now, I'm very, very happy to be doing this because I get to show you what an Olympic gold medal looks like. Because the recently concluded Olympics raised a lot of questions on my mind, and I thought we should talk about it seriously with the owner of this gold medal. You know it wasn't at the last Olympics, definitely. This gold medal was won 16 years ago, in the year 2000 in Sydney, after Nigeria got her first gold medal in 1996 from a female, gladly, Chioma Ajinwa. She jumped us into fame. And what I found interesting is the fact that for the past more than 60 years, since 1952, Nigeria has been sending athletes and sportsmen to the Olympics. And yet, what we have to show, 3 gold medals and 1 bronze. 1 from long jump, 1 from athletics, 1 gold medal from football, from the dream team, and then, of course, the one we just won. We're talking about this, why the Olympic is every athlete's ultimate dream, and what role does government have? What role do the athletes themselves have? Even as we discuss the dismal performance of our athletes this last time, and how government treated them, some say very shabbily. We'll be back. Well, I know I have a low cut, but if not that, I don't want to mess up my hair. I wear this thing, but it sure is heavy. I hear it's 40% pure gold. Now, I met the owner of this gold medal through somebody who gave me his book, then titled The Silver Lining, because he won the silver medal, as far as they knew at that time. But now he's carrying a gold medal. And I'm sure some of you who don't know will find out why, because I have on set with me today, Eni Udo Obong. It's nice to have you, Eni.
Nice to be here. Thank you, Adesuwa.
You're not old, though. You're looking, I think it's because you're a fitness person. How's Fitness Options doing? That's his gym, by the way.
But yeah, Fitness Options is doing well, and exercising all the time keeps you young. We can say the same about you.
You taught me well. Because I started my weight loss journey at his, when Fitness Options was opening in Surulere, and I remember all those, making me do all those stretches and all those skipping. But I've taken away a lot of tips that till today help me, wherever it is I go. And I'm the one teaching people how you must hold your breath, you know, how you must, with each push, you breathe out.
That's interesting. I've been seeing some of the fitness challenges around, and we've been reading a lot about it, and I feel very proud that I was once with her, and we worked together.
I learned a lot, I won't lie. But you know what inspired me with your story was when you wrote that book, Silver Lining, and you talk about the journey to the Olympics. Then it was a silver medal. What happened?
Well, along the way, we found out that the people that won the gold medal spiced their body with some illegal stuff, which is known as doping. And rightly, the International Olympic Committee withdrew the gold from them and awarded it to us. And we were very proud to at least have that a clean medal, because we were running clean. We didn't know much about cheating.
You know, I mean, that's 14 years ago, or 16 years ago now. But I remember very clearly, one thing that stuck in my memory was after the race, everybody turned to look at the board to see who, because it was such a close finish, the 4x400 relay.
Yes, it was very close, especially between the second, third, and fourth, because we were actually in 4th position when I got the baton. And when we finished, we were all looking, what can it be? It's probably, most likely, is it silver? Is it a new African record? Is it a new national record? Those are all some of our goals we had set before going to the Olympics. And we were very happy when it flashed us silver medal, African record, national record. It was just exciting.
Did you feel like, at that time, there were already stories about doping. Did you guys feel like the Americans, but that's a team that actually went away with the gold?
Well, from history, the Americans have always been the best, and they had the phenomenal Michael Johnson running for them. So we felt Michael Johnson running with any other three person will always win the gold, even if he had three women on his team. So we were proud to win the silver. We were very happy that we were on the podium. So anything would have done for us. But in retrospect, we felt that it's sad that they cheated, and we felt that if it was on the fair sport, we would have actually had a better chance of running, winning the gold on the field, and having our national anthem played on the podium.
That's better than this gold.
Well, it equates it. We should just say a gold is a gold.
Did you always dream of being an Olympian? You know, growing up, running around when your mom is chasing you and she can't catch you?
Funny enough, she actually did chase me with a stick when I was stubborn. And my mom was an athlete. I heard she ran for the university in the University of Ibadan for a short time. So I'm sure it was a little bit genetic. But I'd always loved sports. In those days growing up, we used to hear about Innocent Ebunike and a few others there. And when you watch sports, once in a while you dream of being there, but you never know how you will get there. It's one thing is dreaming, another thing is knowing the path to get there. And when the path came, when the possibility was there, I think I grabbed it with both hands.
I wonder, how does one, because you see, when I was watching with this Olympics, I was a bit more focused because of all the stories that came out, how the athletes were abandoned. First of all, the embarrassment of our team coming out in their tracks, you know. So all eyes were on Nigeria. But there was a story I found very interesting. A young woman who paid for herself. She's a rower. I can't remember her name right now.
Okwagu, Chichi Okwagu.
Yeah.
There are lots of stories that will come from there, but we have to really first understand that at the end of the day, the Nigerian Olympic Committee pays for all the athletes. They don't really prepare the athletes for the games, which is very sad. And because the rowing was a sport which we are definitely not really wanting to participate in. We've never participated in it. We didn't want to go to it. But the girl on her own, she scores in the US, on her own, from competition she had done. I think she went to the World University Games, which by virtue of being an American school, she went to the World University and she made the Olympic standard. And she told the Nigerian authority that she would like to go to the Olympics. And it's not necessarily in our budget. As a matter of fact, we don't even have a strong federation for rowing. And they didn't take her seriously. And she went and tried to say, okay, if I get myself, I've qualified, if I get funding and everything, can I go? And I don't think sadly, they took her seriously. And she went out and sourced for funds by herself and went there. But I think all the funds were refunded to her, and I think...
Oh, by Nigerian government?
By the NOC.
What I find interesting about that story is the fact that everybody, the dream is to wear the Nigerian color. Wherever it is you are, you can at least make the effort to go. But you said something about Olympic standard. Is that how somebody gets to the Olympics?
Yes. You don't just go to the Olympics, otherwise everybody will go, we'll carry the whole villages there. You'll have to actually meet a particular standard which will prove to the International Olympic Committee that you are competitive.
Yes.
So every country, every sport, every event has a particular standard you must meet before you have even qualified. So there are two criteria. One, you meet a standard, then secondly, that you're the best or the best two in your country. And those are the criteria. If you're the best in your country without meeting the criteria, then you're not going to qualify. And that's the problem we keep on having. And it's sad enough that our time was one of the last time we actually qualified for the relay, 4x4.
Everybody?
The Nigerian team.
We've never qualified for 4x4.
After that, my 2004, because we have not met the standard. And that's now that we went to this Olympic with only one relay team. There are 4 relays that go, the 4x1 and 4x4, male and female. We went with only the 4x1 women because the others have not met the standard. Wow. So it shows that the standard of sports is generally dropping in our country, and there's something must be done. And this is what things are getting a little bit better now in terms of awareness, because we've had the Usain Bolts and bringing a lot of glamour to the sport.
Yeah.
And we see parents now encouraging their kids. I have an academy, a foundation that I see parents in schools coming and look, we want our kids to do sport, there's scholarships available. Before, we didn't have that. So the elites and the enlightened people never put their kids through sports, and the awareness was not there. But now the awareness is there, but unfortunately, the talents are not being developed, and that's the big
Why is that so? In your time, even though the awareness was not there, was talent inborn? How did you get to, it was yourself? The late Sunday Bada?
Yes, there was Clement Chukwu, and then there was Jude Moye.
Okay, but you were the one that took that last.
Yes, I was the one that took the last leg. I think development of sports was much better back home. I don't know if it's the economic situation. I don't know.
You were in Akwa Ibom.
No, I was actually in Lagos.
Okay.
I started in Calabar because as a student I was in the University of Calabar, but I came down to Lagos because Lagos was a center. It was a sports city. The National Stadium was a booming site. There was no Abuja Stadium. There was no everything.
No, I know why you're in Surulere.
It was in National, and that was actually what brought me to Surulere. It was the National Stadium, and the proximity of training, where everybody had to pass through the stadium to train. And there was a lot of development. There were competitions. The whole national athletes were in Lagos, so the competition was there. But I think now there's a lot of people are not sponsoring sports. There are no grassroots developers. We don't have the school sports. We don't. The Nigerian university games are not. Whenever they take place, they are not taking place well. They complain of sponsorship, lack of sponsorship. So I think the whole foundation for finding, developing athletes is losing, and that's something that we are hoping that we can, even without governments, we can get ourselves back together and help and mentor one or two people and to come out, and with the support, of course, there must be support of their parents. And now, like I said earlier, parents that have the means are actually now supporting.
Are you training any? Do you have any hopefuls? I know you've been training some people for how many years now? Do you have any hopefuls in your
Yes,
team?
we do, and I do in my academy.
Yes.
What we did is, because one of the first things we had to do, we had to try to get the right age. So what
is the right age?
The right age is secondary school age.
When they're still young,
so we had to
teenagers.
go. Yes, so we had to go to the secondary schools, and we pick up. We go to the sports days where we identify talents. Then we call them to summer camps, with holiday camps, and during these holiday camps we train them. And those that are good and those that are nice, we look for scholarships abroad so that they can continue the sports and education. And I'm glad to say, just last week, one of our foundation people just left to the US for an academic scholarship, and we hope that before the next Olympics in Japan.
So we're growing team, so there's a future, maybe in another 4 years.
There's a future, but it is privately run, and that's the sad thing. And there's a limit that we can do as an individual. If I can, in 8 years, try and develop only one person that comes out, it's limited. But if the government goes this way and decides to develop too, and then there will be a larger future for Nigerian sports.
Okay, I will take a break now, and because when I return, I want us to really talk about Nigeria's performance at this last Olympics, because it seems like suddenly, maybe because media is now more available, people had more eyes, and everybody was commenting and complaining. So I'll return with another sports enthusiast to join us on the set. So thank you, Eni, for being here. And thank you for watching so far. We'll be right back if you don't go away.